Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's iRoll Investing here with another video. And believe it or not, today's topic will not be on SoFi. We're going to switch a little bit to another ticker that's kind of got my attention right now. We're going to be talking about Coinbase. Coinbase, ticker symbol COIN. Um, Crypto in general right now is really piquing my interest, and I'll kind of go over a couple of reasons. And I think Coinbase will be the stock of choice for me that I think I'd like to capitalize on the most with that. So, with that being said, if you guys are watching this and you've seen my videos or you end up liking this one and want to see future videos, I basically talk about stocks and crypto and kind of go over what I'm seeing in certain stocks in the market and make predictions. So if you're liking some of this content, please subscribe to the channel. I'm trying to hit 500 before the end of the year. I've got about a little over 2 months left, and I need about 150 or so subs. So help me get there. I really appreciate it. So let's get into coin. Let's start with the chart. What am I seeing on the chart? Well, we're going to switch to the weekly first of all. What do we see on the weekly? Now let's just go over. I've never really gone over Coinbase with you guys, so let's go over it. Coinbase IPO'd in 2021. It opened at 381. That's where it opened at. So um, it's seen high prices before. It's not like this is was a cheaply traded stock and now it's way up here. It had a major sell-off in the IPO, and then early 2023, this thing was only trading for 33 bucks. But again, I mean, it is unlike a Bitcoin miner. This is a company that can make money outside of just, Bitcoin's price going up and down. But at the end of the day, it is still greatly affected by Bitcoin's price. And back then, Bitcoin wasn't trading very well. So, um, but let's get into basically what we've seen in 2024. It's gone up and it's creating this pattern here. Very clear resistance here. Down, down. Now I'm looking for it to test that again. And on the weekly, we have this MACD crossing here. It's ready to cross. So I think, and next week we have earnings. So this is an earnings preview, basically, because this chart kind of aligns with having a solid earnings and having a upward movement in crypto and Bitcoin. Like it all kind of has to line up. But I'm going to go over reasons why I think we will. But this is the setup for the weekly right now. It's it's got room. I mean, let's tighten this up a little bit. I see no reason why, you know, we've had this test, this test, this test, came back all the way down, tested it. I think we're headed there. And from here, from this weekly close, if we were to just test this, boom, 25% move. That is awesome. And that's just there. I mean, if we see Bitcoin performing, let's just get back to IPO price. If Bitcoin wants to go nuts in early 2025, we're talking about an 86% move. So there's a lot of room to move here on the weekly chart. But let's get down to the daily. Just one other thing I'm looking at here. I'm looking at this sort of move here. You call this like a mini bull flag here. We did close above it, but now this is kind of acting as a little bit of a resistance here. We've tested it before, came all the way back, broke above, but it was basically a 1 day break above. It broke back down. Now we've tested it the last 3 days, but can't break above. So we want to see a strong close next week above 212, and then I think we can get back up to that 260. Now, if we have a great earnings, I mean, this thing could just go like this in a day. We've seen Tesla do it, and then if we have good earnings and Bitcoin decides to break out, boom, there you go. Um, but yeah, I think the chart has a very clear setup in my opinion, especially when you're looking at a higher time frame on the weekly. I think there's a very clear target here to get here sometime in November and December back up to that 260 range. Now, let's get into Bitcoin because obviously we know Bitcoin is a key factor. You're kind of seeing something similar though on the weekly. The MACD crossing, I think we had another rejection here at the key one, which is basically kind of what I want to see from Coinbase. We had another rejection here at the top. Now this, you would have loved to have seen some follow through here, but we did get rejected. To me, I think there's a little bit of manipulation going on. It's not ready for a breakout. I think it's just a matter of when, not if, in my opinion. I think, we had such a calculated move and basically all of 2024 has been, broke that new all-time high and it's been in this range now. But I mean, look how many times it's tested this. One, two, three, four, five, six tests on that upper trend. To me, it's not a matter of if, but when is it going to do that? And in my opinion, I'll go over a few things why I think that's coming, but that's obviously going to be a key catalyst for Coinbase. Another one I wanted to look at was the total crypto market because Coinbase doesn't just deal with Bitcoin. Bitcoin is obviously a massive factor, but it deals with um, all coins. Kind of wanted to go over that similar setup, bull flag, but it's a similar setup. Once Bitcoin goes, some of these other cryptos are going, and that's just going to generate more revenue, more trades, which is great for Coinbase. So, I want to share a few notes here why let me get this a little lower, fit it inside here. If I can do that. This is fine too. We'll just put it up here. Um, so, one of the big things that Coinbase has now is base layer 2, and it is a very important revenue driver because it deals with their transaction revenue. Base layer 2, it's a blockchain technology that works on top of an existing blockchain, and that one being Ethereum. It makes Ethereum faster and easier to use. If you've ever done anything in the crypto space, Ethereum can be kind of clunky and very expensive to use. So that honestly, for me, it tends to make me not do stuff sometimes because I don't want to pay $50 just to make a trade, or upwards of 100 sometimes when the network is really congested. Um, what does that mean? Lower transaction costs means they can offer more competitive pricing, attract more customers, and then those customers can explore new opportunities using the blockchain without having to worry about well, how am I going to offset these massive costs because it's a lot cheaper now. And those when you don't have that, those high fees and those slow processing times discourages people from using the blockchain. Like I said earlier, I don't want to make a trade today or right now because damn, this is going to cost me over $100. So that's why this base layer 2 is very nice for Coinbase. And then a couple of reasons why, just a few little tidbit stats into why I think Coinbase is setting up nice. It's now an institutional asset, with these Bitcoin ETF flows coming in. It's going to be more correlated to the stock market, and in my opinion, the stock market is set up for we're in a big bull run right now. So Bitcoin, it's tied to Bitcoin, but it's even more tied to the stock market now with these Bitcoin ETFs. So, and in my opinion, there's no stopping the stock market right now in Q4. Earnings have been really good. You just saw Tesla probably have one of its best earnings it's ever had. So, yeah, I mean, if you want to be bearish right now when companies like Tesla are having one of their best earnings, good luck. And then a few stats. 80% of Octobers have been green for crypto. So if you're just playing the numbers, October should be good. And we still got a week to go. I mean, if we get above 70K, let's go. And we are in an election year in the US. 100% of election years had a green October, November, and December. I mean, if you're a betting man, 100% of the time, let's go, right? 100% of the years with a green September had a green October, November, and December. So when you start linking those up, yeah, I think we're going to have a big quarter 4, which is another 2 months. So, I mean, you start getting all these things together. Coinbase is going to have a good earnings, I think. And then if you can get Bitcoin to break out of this long resistance, I mean, I think this is just ready to burst. All of 2024 has been sideways. I think we're ready to go. And then obviously the total market cap is the same story. It's very sideways basically all of 2024. Let's go. Time to blast off. So, like I said, my first target here before the end of the year is about 260. And then, if Coinbase has a really good quarter Q3 earnings, we get Bitcoin above 70K and then above its all-time highs. I mean, I don't see why this can't get back to its IPO price of 380. You know, I just think it's a perfect catalyst. So they report earnings. October 30th after the market close. I'm going to be glued to my screen after the market, and then I'll probably do a little update video and see how we're doing. But yeah, this is kind of what I'm seeing. I have uh, calls for December 20th right now that I'm holding. That's kind of the play I'm making on Coinbase right now. But yeah, curious what you guys are thinking. If you got any predictions, but yeah, this is my prediction. I think in December we'll be back up to that 260 resistance. So, yeah, I appreciate you guys watching. And again, if you are watching, please subscribe. Trying to hit that 500. We're getting close. Appreciate y'all. Later.